Alrighty guys, welcome to our NHL video here today for Wednesday, January 5th, 2023. And if you find yourself enjoying these videos every day and you want to show support, please feel free to pick up a package on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. Of course, I'm going to recommend to you that you pick up my all-inclusive full access board member package. It gives you access to every single play, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days if you sign up here today. It literally gives you full access to every play I give out on that site and every single membership that's offered there. If you sign up here today, the math is actually going to work out to be just $1.66 over the long term. Certainly good value for you, as I'm posting anywhere between 4 to 6 personal sports bets on that site every single day. And of course, today is no exception. I just made up a word. Today is no exception because we have 6 bets going off here today. Now, it's a safe and secure website, so if you're serious about sports betting, I do strongly suggest you at least consider it. And of course, if you just want to show support, but just not to that extent, well, I got plenty of smaller, lesser expensive packages you can sign up to as well. You know, you got to swing for the fences first. But anyway, real quick, guys, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do on Patreon and what I do here on these free pick videos. Well, what I do here on the videos is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. And what I do on my website is I actually share with you which one of these free picks on these videos that I'm actually betting on personally. And with that, guys, we're going to now go ahead and dive into some free content. And we're actually going to start off with the Coyotes at the Flyers, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in South Philly. Now, Philadelphia is -150, total 6. Carter Hart for the Flyers, Karel Vejmelka for Arizona. And even though the Coyotes stink, Karel has certainly given these guys chances to win. He's got double-digit wins this year in the crease with a .906 save percentage. When it comes to cashing in on the puck line, these guys do have a winning record this year against the number. And much of that is thanks to some late-game heroics. And by that I mean the back door is always open. Arizona scoring more third-period goals on the road than most clubs in the entire NHL. Like I said, that back door is always open with regard to cashing in on the puck line. Of course, they're probably used to just playing with an empty net in most of their third periods. But anyway, Clayton Keller, he has a team-high 14 goals along with 36 assists. Meanwhile, Lawson Krause, he's tied for the team lead with 14 goals himself. They're facing a Flyers team who allows a lot of goals late in games themselves. These guys are in the bottom 5 in third-period goals allowed at home. When it comes to putting the puck in the net, well, Philadelphia fails in that department as well. These guys are averaging only 2.6 goals a game on their own ice. Now, total-wise, Philadelphia is 10-7 to the under at the Wells Fargo Center. They're also 9-4 to the under against a Western Conference opponent. I'm going to lean toward the Coyotes plus 1.5, under 6. Next matchup, it is going to be Preds, Canes, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Carolina's -225, total 6 goals. Pyotr Kochetkov for Carolina. UC Saros for Nashville. And despite consistent performances by Saros, the Preds as a team struggle away from Nashville. They're 7-11 straight up while traveling, and they're one of the lower scoring teams in the game. Nashville's averaging just 2.6 goals per contest. They're also facing a Carolina team who won 9 out of their last 10. They play their best hockey at home. These guys are 12-3-1 in their own building. And in addition to that, they're allowing only 24 shots on goal a game there. And a lot of that is thanks to netminder Pyotr Kochetkov. He's 10-2 between the pipes with a .208 goals against average. Of course, when it comes to offensive production, the Canes get a lot of their scoring done in the first 20 minutes. They're currently in the top 5 in first-period goals at home. Now, Andrei Svechnikov, he has a team-high 19 goals. When it comes to the injury report, Max Pacioretty, he is questionable for Carolina. Now, total-wise, the Canes are 11-5 to the under in the PNC Arena. Meanwhile, 3 out of Nashville's last 5 on the road fell under the line. I'm going to lean toward Carolina, -1.5, under 6. Next matchup, it is going to be Islanders-Oilers, 9 o'clock Eastern start time. Edmonton's the $1.60 favorite at home, total 6. Jack Campbell for the Oilers, Ilya Sorokin for New York. Now, Sorokin's got 14 wins in the net this year with a .926 save percentage. Meanwhile, as a team, the Isles won 4 out of their last 5, and they allowed just 2.7 goals a game. Ryan Pulock is a +12, and he's on a shift. When it comes to the scoring in this one, Brock Nelson leads the team with 15 goals. Now they're facing an Edmonton team who lost 6 out of their last 9, and they allowed just way too many goals in their own building. The Oilers are actually in the bottom 10 in home goals allowed. Meanwhile, goaltender Jack Campbell, he hasn't been great. He comes into today's start with a goals against average close to 4, along with an .877 save percentage. Now, injury-wise, Evander Kane is out for the Oilers. Meanwhile, for New York, Cal Clutterbuck is questionable. Now, total-wise, the Isles are 13-8 to the over when they travel. Meanwhile, Edmonton's gone 76% to the over at Rogers Place. I'm going to lean toward the New York Islanders, +1.5, over 6 goals. Next contest. Next and final breakdown, although we are going to give you a lean on every single game. But next and final breakdown for the video, it is going to be Bruins at the Kings, 10:30 p.m. East. Now, Boston's -160, total 6 goals. Linus Ullmark for Boston, Johnny Quick for LA. Now, Johnny's definitely had a rough year. He's got a losing record in the net, along with an .884 save percentage. And no real surprise here, guys. The Kings are in the bottom 10 in the league in goals allowed per game. They're facing a Boston club who has little issue getting on the board. These guys average more goals a game than any other team in the NHL except for one. Of course, David Pastrnak, he has 25 goals on the season, along with 50 total points. Now, defenseman Hampus Lindholm, he is a league best +27. When it comes to the total, Boston saw overs against the likes of Buffalo, New Jersey, and Florida. Meanwhile, the Kings on the other side, they are 11-6 to the over in their games against an opponent on the East. I'm going to lean toward Boston, -160, over 6. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. I like Arizona +1.5, under 6. Carolina -1.5, under 6 goals. New York Rangers -1.5, over 6. Seattle +1.5, over 6.5. And before we go ahead and move on, guys, please feel free to smash that heart button if you enjoyed this video here today. And if you haven't done so already, please feel free to give me a follow. I'd love to connect with you on a daily basis. Give me St. Louis +1.5, over 6.5 goals. Washington +1.5, over 6.5. New York Islanders +1.5, over 6. Colorado -150, over 6.5. Pittsburgh +$1, under 6. With my next and final free pick, give me Boston -160, under 6 goals.